What's up, everyone? Chris from Pickdawgz.com here with your free Major League Baseball home run prop show for Friday, June 16th, 2023. Just a reminder, if you haven't already, make sure you're subscribed to our channel and smash that thumbs up. It helps us out a ton. And we will get into the home run prop action momentarily. We had a decent day on Thursday. Had a smaller card, but I still managed to get some nice plus money out of it. But before we get into the recap of Thursday's plays, I want to remind everybody the plays I'm about to give out for Friday's show are very high risk, high reward. They are meant to be plays that you don't dump your whole bankroll into. At least I don't recommend anyone dump your whole bankroll into them. They're just meant to be plays for some side action, for some fun, just to have some pizza and some coffee money on. Just try to maybe get some nice profits, some nice plus money props, and that's about it. I always tell everybody you don't have to play every single prop that I'm about to give out here. These are just the plays, the angles, and I'm going to have a couple of bucks on Friday. But I know some people like to parlay them. So what I always say is I recommend if you're going to do a parlay, any parlay 3 legs or more, I recommend a round robin if it's within your means. Basically cover yourself off in case one leg goes awry. How many times have all of us had a 3 or 4 leg parlay that we've been one leg off from, and because we only played the parlay, we didn't get anything out of it. But if we have a round robin, it gives you a bit of a safety net in case one or two legs goes wrong. So definitely I would recommend doing a round robin if it's within your means. But if you're looking for the plays that I am the most confident in, the games that I do love the most, including my daily $19 best bet, which we have on the board for Friday's action as well, head on over to pickdawgz.com, click the premium picks tab at the top of the page, and we'll get you guys sorted there. But let's do a recap of the plays that we did give out for Thursday that came through for us. We started things off. It came in the early game. We started with Austin Hayes, who came through for us at plus 500. That was a nice payday for us. Also, another nice plus money payday. Bryson Stott coming through at plus 700 in the afternoon matchup against the Diamondbacks. And the sun came up. We all woke up and, business as usual. Shohei Ohtani hits another home run at plus 340. I'm starting to wonder if we're going to get these same sort of prices with Ohtani. But, I mean, hey, if the books want to keep giving it to us at plus 340, plus 350, hey, I'm not going to complain. I don't know about anybody else. And I managed to take a lead. I was taking a lead on Manny Machado and Trent Grisham in that Padres game. Manny Machado did come through for us. The only one of those the Padres to really come through. And managed to put a couple bucks on it late. I was sitting there. I was like, you know what? It's the late game. I need me some side action, so why not? I'll put a couple bucks on Machado, and thankfully he came through. But, for Friday's action, I'm about to give it out here, but let me know in the comment section below. I love interacting with you guys, but let me know. Do you like the angles I took in some of these games? Do you not like the angles? Do you have player props of your own? Drop them in the comment section, but I implore everyone, if you're going to do that, please drop them in there before the games actually start. If they're not in there before the games start, they don't really help anybody. And we're trying to beat the books as a team here at Pickdawgz. One team, one goal, and that goal every single day is to make the books pay and pay out large. And without further ado, we will get into the home run prop action for Friday. We're going to start things off with this matchup between the Marlins and the Nationals. I'm going to go to Jorge Soler for a home run at plus 295. He is back to mashing right-handed pitching. In the last week against right-handed pitching, Soler hitting .471 with 3 home runs. Now, Trevor Williams gave up a bomb in his last start against the Marlins in addition to 3 runs, and Williams still has a brutal 12.8% barrel rate allowed this season, while Soler remains Miami's leader in barrel rate at 18.3%. So give me Jorge Soler for a home run at plus 295. Also going to look at this matchup between the Yankees and the Red Sox, a spotlight game. Going to go with Rafael Devers for a home run at plus 320. He's had a home run off of Domingo Germán when the Yankees and Red Sox met last week. And Devers hitting .300 with 3 home runs in the last week against righties. Devers also leading the Red Sox in hard hit percentage and has a 13.9% barrel rate, while Domingo Germán allowing a 9.5% barrel rate this season for the Yankees on the mound. So give me Rafael Devers at plus 320. I'm also going to look at Alex Verdugo for a home run for the Red Sox at plus 650. In his career against Domingo Germán, Verdugo hitting .333 with 4 extra base hits, including a home run. He's also hitting .368 in the last week against right-handed pitching. So I would go with Alex Verdugo at plus 650. Also leaning towards Tristan Casas for the Red Sox here. He's got a home run off of Domingo Germán from when they met a little while ago as well. But for the Yankees here, we're going to roll with Gleyber Torres for a home run at plus 600. He homered off of Tanner Houck in the last meeting, and he's hitting 250 with a pair of home runs in the last week against right-handed pitching. So I'm going to roll with Gleyber Torres at plus 600. I also like Willie Calhoun for the Yankees, but mainly because he homered off of Houck as well. It's hitting 286 in the last week with a pair of blasts against righties, but I couldn't find a price on Calhoun. Maybe not playing today, maybe show up in a pinch hit role. But if you do like Calhoun or you see him pop up later on throughout the day, I would roll with Willie Calhoun as well for a home run. I'm also going to switch up to this match between the Cardinals and the Mets. And I'm going to go with Nolan Arenado for a home run here at plus 460. He's hitting 429 with 4 extra base hits, including a pair of home runs against right-handed pitching in the last week. I honestly feel like Tyler McGill is the weak link of the Mets rotation, and Arenado, the way he's swinging a bat against righties, I think could take advantage of that. So give me Nolan Arenado at plus 460. Also going to look at Paul Goldschmidt at plus 420, hitting 309 with a home run against righties in the last week. So I think it could be a same-game parlay, Arenado and Goldschmidt for a home run. But either way, I'm going to go with Paul Goldschmidt at plus 420. Also with a lean towards Brendan Donovan and Jordan Walker. This is for those of you who stick with me and don't just skip through and look at all the graphics. Brendan Donovan, Jordan Walker, both hitting 400 or better in the last week against righties. Both I think are worth sprinkling a couple of bucks on in this game. So lean towards Brendan Donovan and Jordan Walker. I was also looking at a couple of Mets, and maybe I'll get more confident on them as the day progresses. But the only ones I could put a real lean towards were maybe Francisco Alvarez or Brandon Nimmo. But nothing really stands out for me with the New York Mets. But we'll move on to this matchup between the Rockies and the Braves. And we're going to go with Ryan McMahon for a home run at plus 525. McMahon right now really the only Rockies bat I trust against lefties for power right now. He's hitting 364 with a home run against lefties in the last week. And Atlanta's Jared Schuster. You know, he's given up a lot of hard contact, and I think if anyone's going to tag Schuster, my money's going to be on Ryan McMahon. So give me Ryan McMahon at plus 525. For the Braves, I'm also going to look at Ronald Acuna Jr. at plus 295, hitting 340 with 3 home runs in June against right-handed pitching. Still has a 16.3% barrel rate as well. Dinelson Lamet starting for the Rockies here. He's allowed a ton of hard contact, as well as an 8.6% barrel rate. I like Acuna's chances here, especially with a 320 batting average and a pair of home runs against righties in the last week. So give me Ronald Acuna Jr. at plus 295. I'm also going to look at Ozzie Albies for a home run at plus 380. He's got 4 home runs and a 316 batting average against righties in June, and a pair of home runs and a 286 batting average in the last week against righties as well. So give me Ozzie Albies at plus 380. Now I'll probably end up sprinkling a couple of bucks on guys, across the board on the Atlanta Braves. Guys like Michael Harris Jr., Orlando Arcia, Matt Olson. Olson's got a pair of home runs in the last week against righties. Harris the second and Arcia both hitting 400 or better in the last week against righties. Maybe Eddie Rosario as well, who has 4 home runs in June against righties. I think this is, a game between the Braves and Rockies where you can just spray a few bucks across the board on the Braves, and I think something's going to come in for you. But get back to the games that we do have official plays on. And another official play that I have here is going to be Corey Seager at plus 390. Now he's hitting 455 in June against righties with 9 extra base hits and 3 home runs. He's also hitting 400 in his career against Kevin Gausman, who has allowed a home run in back-to-back starts. And Gausman has been a lot more inconsistent on the road this year. Seager also leading the Rangers with a 19.5% barrel rate, while Gausman, who has pitched well, is still giving up a 9.5% barrel rate on the year. And I got to go with Corey Seager in current form at plus 390. I'm also going to look at Adolis Garcia at plus 390, hitting 242 with a home run in June against righties. Still second on the Rangers with a 14.9% barrel rate. Also has a home run off of Gausman in his career. So give me Adolis Garcia at plus 390. I'm also going to look at George Springer for a home run at plus 450. He's had a lot of success in his career against Martin Perez, going back to his time with the Houston Astros. He's hitting 296 with 3 extra base hits, including a pair of home runs in his career against Perez. So give me George Springer at plus 450. And standalone play from this Angels and Royals game, I'm going to go with Shohei Ohtani at plus 350. Like I said, you're going to keep giving me these prices with Ohtani. I'm going to keep taking him. I mean, he's hitting 447 with 9 extra base hits in June against right-handed pitching. That includes 4 home runs. Brady Singer gets the nod for Kansas City here. Hasn't given up a ton of homers this year, but he has been one of the worst pitchers in baseball He's been one of the worst pitchers in baseball in terms of hard hit percentage and exit velocity allowed. He's also allowing an 11.2% barrel rate this year. So give me Shohei Ohtani at plus 350. I was also looking at Mickey Moniak. If you can find a price on him, hitting 500 with a pair of homers in the last week against righties, but again, no price on him. And I was also leaning towards Mike Trout. He's been awful against righties in the last week. I think he's hitting like 118 or something like that. But he may be a good pitch. Is maybe a good pitching matchup for him to get back on track and get one on the board. So maybe a lean towards Mike Trout as well in that one. But before I get into the last few games on the home run prop show, I just want to highlight, obviously the purpose of this home run prop show is to give you guys some free home run prop winners, but it's also to highlight the betting tools at Pickdawgz and Sports Chat Place and how much of a benefit and a tool they could be in terms of your daily research when you're making your best bets for the day's action. The graphics that we get for this home run prop show come directly from the betting tools at Pickdawgz and Sports Chat Place, and they show you pretty much everything. They show you the player prop, how often it hits over either a 5-game sample size, 10-game size, the entire season, across all home games, away games, you name it. And they show you, like I said, how often it hits and which sports book is giving you the best possible price. The nice thing is if you don't have an account with the book that's giving you the best price, you click that price, you sign up for a sportsbook bonus offer on us, you get to play that best possible price, and you also get to add to your advantage over the book something that they can't take away from you, which is your ability to shop lines and find the best possible number. There's also other tools on there. If you like betting hot and cold streaks, there's a trends tool on there. It's hot and cold trends. There's a streaks tool. If you're a parlay bettor, there's multiple parlay builders there for you. Profitable teams, profitable angles. I could do a show maybe for an hour or two every single day, just looking at the day's different action. Each different day's action. Just looking at those betting tools and finding all the opportunities that they'll find for us to make some money. So it's definitely worth taking a look at. Like I said, I could do that show, but I think it's just best if everyone, it's more effective if you head on over to pickdawgz.com, sportschatplace.com, and check out those betting tools for yourselves. But let's get back into the home run prop action for Friday's action. We're going to go back to this matchup in the NL Central between the Brewers and the Pirates. They're going to go with Christian Yelich for the Brewers here at plus 650. He's got a 10% barrel rate this season. He's hitting 375 in June with a home run against left-handed pitching. Going against Rich Hill, a lefty who has started to slump lately, has allowed an 11.4% barrel rate this season. So give me Christian Yelich for a home run at plus 650. I'm also going to look at Jack Suwinski for the Pirates here at plus 335, hitting 357 with 4 home runs against righties in the last week. Julio Teheran hasn't given up a whole lot. He's given up just a 7.1% barrel rate, but Suwinski's form currently is worth the play here. I think Teheran is pitching a bit above his weight. I think some regression is going to come for him. Don't get me wrong. I think he's still going to pitch well and hold on to a spot in this Brewers rotation, but I still think he's not impervious here. He's going to be liable to get hit just as much as any other starting pitcher, and I think Jack Suwinski could get him here. So give me Jack Suwinski at plus 335. Going to go with a couple of Padres here as well. Going to go with Manny Machado for plus 500. Now, Shane McClanahan for the Rays has been electric this season. There's no denying that. But he's allowed a home run in 3 straight starts. He's given up an 11% barrel rate this year. And Machado hitting 444 with a pair of home runs in the last week against left-handed pitching. I think this is some solid value here. I'm going to take Manny Machado at plus 500. I'm also going to look at Fernando Tatis Jr. at plus 280. Now, with McClanahan, he's one of the AL's best pitchers, one of the best pitchers in baseball, and to only be getting plus 280 with Tatis Jr. here, I think the books are terrified of this matchup. He's hitting 429 with 3 extra base hits in the last week against lefties as well. So give me Fernando Tatis Jr. at plus 280. Also leaning towards Gary Sanchez if you can find a price on him. I lean towards Sanchez. He has been hitting well against lefties since returning to the majors, but just a lean for me with Sanchez in that one. I'm going to go to this matchup between the Phillies and the A's. I'm going to look at JT Realmuto for a home run at plus 430. He's hitting 538 with 6 extra base hits, including a pair of home runs in June against lefties. Now, I love me some JP Sears, but he has allowed a 12.2% barrel rate and has allowed 7 home runs in his last 7 starts, including one of each of his last 2 home starts as well. He's given up 14 home runs this season on the whole. I got to take a look at JT Realmuto for a home run at plus 430. Also going to look at Trey Turner for a home run at plus 410. He's hitting 429 with a pair of homers in June against lefties. So I'll look at Trey Turner as well at plus 410. Also a lean towards Kyle Schwarber, but I just think that Turner and Realmuto here have better value. I'm going to look at our last couple of home run prop games. First one I like from this matchup between the Diamondbacks and the Guardians is Corbin Carroll at plus 430, hitting 417 with 5 home runs and 11 extra base hits in June against right-handed pitching. Even if you cut it down to just the last week, a 1-week sample size, Carroll still hitting 500 with 7 of his 8 hits going for extra bases, including 3 home runs. Tristan McKenzie, he's only going to be making his 3rd start of the year so far, and I do like Tristan McKenzie. He's one of my favorite pitchers in that Guardians staff, but last year, of McKenzie's 25 home runs allowed, 18 of them came on the road. So I'm going to go with Corbin Carroll at plus 430. I'm also going to look at Christian Walker at plus 380, hitting 421 with 6 extra base hits on a home run in the last week against right-handed pitching. It's going to be Christian Walker at plus 380. And I'm going to go to our last matchup here between the White Sox and the Mariners. I'm going to look at Luis Robert at plus 460. He's hitting 280 with 3 home runs in the last week against right-handed pitching. Now, Brian Wu starting for the Seattle Mariners here. He did have a better second start after getting rocked in his debut, but Robert Jr. back to hitting well. I think he tags Wu here. So give me Luis Robert at plus 460. I'm also going to give a look to Jake Berger here at plus 500. He's also in some solid power form, hitting 3 home runs against righties in the last week. So give me Jake Berger at plus 500. And to round things out, I'm going to try riding the hot hand of the Mariners. I'm going to take Mike Ford for a home run at plus 600. He's come out of nowhere for the Mariners for the power. You know, he's hitting 357 with 4 homers against righties in the last week. Michael Kopech, he has pitched a lot better as of late, but he has still allowed 15 home runs this season, has a 15.3% barrel rate allowed, so I'm going to take Mike Ford for a home run at plus 600. Maybe also lean towards Teoscar Hernandez as well for the Mariners in that one. But we'll do a recap of the home run props that we did give out for Friday's action. Like I said, there was a lot of meat on the bone. I love a lot of the plays here. And we're going to start things off with Jorge Soler, the Marlins, at plus 295. Going to roll with Rafael Devers of the Red Sox at plus 320. Alex Verdugo of the Red Sox as well at plus 650. Lean towards Tristan Casas as well in that matchup for the Red Sox. Going to go with Gleyber Torres at plus 600. Also lean towards Willie Calhoun for the Yankees if you can find a price on him. For the Cardinals, we're going to go with Nolan Arenado at plus 460. And Paul Goldschmidt at plus 420. For the Cardinals as well, lean towards Brendan Donovan and Jordan Walker. And also looking at a couple of Mets. If you want to get the synopsis on the Mets, just head back to that pick earlier in the video on the Cardinals. But for the Braves and Rockies, we're going to start with the Rockies and Ryan McMahon at plus 525. For the Braves, Ronald Acuna Jr. at plus 295. Ozzie Albies at plus 380. Again, also a bunch of Braves you can go with in that game. If you want to hear my opinion on that, just scroll back a few minutes as well, right after the Ozzie Albies mentioned. But for the Rangers, Corey Seager at plus 390. Going to go with Adolis Garcia at plus 390 as well. George Springer at plus 450 for the Blue Jays. For the Angels, going to go with Shohei Ohtani at plus 350. Also lean towards Mickey Moniak if you can find a price on him, and maybe Mike Trout as well for a bit of a bounce back home run here to get back on track. For the Brewers against the Pirates, going to roll with Christian Yelich at plus 650. And Jack Suwinski for the Pirates against the Brewers at plus 335. For the Padres, going to go with, against the Rays and Shane McClanahan, going to go with Manny Machado at plus 500. And Fernando Tatis Jr. at plus 280. Also lean towards Gary Sanchez. For the Phillies against the Oakland A's, going to go with JT Realmuto for a home run at plus 430. As well as Trey Turner for a home run at plus 410. Also lean towards Kyle Schwarber as well, but again, I think Turner and Realmuto just better value. And our last couple of games, first we're going to go with Corbin Carroll of the Diamondbacks at plus 430. And also for the Diamondbacks, Christian Walker at plus 380. For the White Sox, we're going to go with Luis Robert at plus 460. Also for the White Sox, Jake Berger at plus 500. And for the Mariners, Mike Ford at plus 600. But thank you guys so much for watching. Appreciate each and every one of you. Thank you so much for tuning in and checking out this home run prop show. If you haven't already, again, make sure you're subscribed to this channel and hit that thumbs up. It really helps us out a ton, especially if you like this content. It lets us know that you guys like what we're doing. And also make sure that you have notifications turned on. Try to get these videos out as early as possible. Don't have any action for the Cubs and Orioles matchup on Friday, so I was able to focus on the primetime action. We'll have it out really early for you guys with the afternoon action on Saturday. But if you have notifications turned on, you can be in first to be in the know when the new content drops. And sometimes we do, like I said, even though I try to get it out early, it doesn't always leave a whole lot of time between when the video is released and first pitch of the first game. So if you have notifications turned on, you watch the video as soon as it drops, and you're able to get those plays in and get the best possible number. Also, if you're looking for the plays that I do love the most and that I am the most confident in, you can find those at Pickdawgz Premium. And while you're at Pickdawgz and Sports Chat Plays, I implore everyone, please check out these betting tools. I promise you, you will not regret it. They are 100% free. You're not going to find betting tools like this for 100% free anywhere, and we're dropping them for you for another tool to have on your belt when you're making your best bets for the day's action. I can promise you, these tools will make you a lot of money. You just got to go over and check them out. Thanks for watching. We'll see you guys soon. Let's crush the books on Friday and head into a loaded weekend with loaded pockets.